Yo, welcome to another episode of the Ranagade Show with my amazing folks here on the show with me today. I have my lovely, lovely guest today. We have Ashley Everett, the world's greatest dancer.
Oh, thank you. You're just too sweet.
And I have my brother, my lovely co-host, moderator of the century, Amirica. Let's go. Let's get it popping.
Woo, woo.
Okay, we had so much fun last time. We were like, fuck it, round two.
Yeah, it was great. We were flowing. We were like, we got to do another one because time just flew.
It did.
I feel like faster than we expected.
And there's so many more things we could discuss.
Who could weave into a conversation better than a dancer? I mean, just the grace, grace, you know?
Listen, I find the pocket every time, right on beat. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So we just had such good, the flow was so flowy, the vibes were so vibey that we was like, all right, one more time, let's go. All right, so
and
now.
I feel like we had like topics that we were like, dang, we didn't even get to that.
The funny thing is we had said, and we kind of got, originally it was like, all right, we're going to try to discuss these things. But then we discussed the fact that we're probably just going to end up chit-chatting like we normally do anyway. And that's kind of been the flow here on the Renegade Show is it's just the vibe. It's a wonderful freestyle. We've all waxed on and off enough that when we enter the ring, we all know what to do. Like Bruce Lee, we will incorporate every style to win. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
it's not
go.
one thing, it's all things at once. So we have some good topics. Amirica's going to get us keep us on track today.
So I had a couple things I wanted to talk to you guys about. I wanted to get your reactions because I feel like you've got enough celebrity knowledge to kind of give me some insight, like you've been there sort of thing, but you're also observers of culture and this type of thing. So, okay, Selena Gomez, Hailey Bieber. I don't know if you've heard about this.
I've seen stuff. I don't know enough, though.
Okay, so here's the story. Here's the tea as we're drinking some.
Yes.
Selena Gomez was on Instagram with over-laminated eyebrows. Her eyebrows looked kind of funny. She was self-deprecating about it, like, oh, I over-laminated my eyebrows. Then the next day, Hailey Bieber posts a picture of herself with like a close-up of her eyebrows. Everyone's like, ooh, this is a shot at Selena.
Were they similar?
Well, she had like her perfectly manicured eyebrow, and people just kind of read the subtext.
Like it's a dig. Gotcha.
Yes, like some Mean Girl stuff, right?
Gotcha.
And then there was a FaceTime with Hailey Bieber and Kylie Jenner where they both had close-ups of their eyebrows. So people thought this was a secondary dig.
Oh, so now all the
Selena.
homegirls are in on it.
So consequently, Kylie Jenner and Hailey Bieber have lost tons of followers, and Selena has picked up hundreds of thousands of followers. So
wow, all because of eyebrows.
Of the beast.
Eyebrow gate. That's
But
right.
it's deeper than that. So apparently Selena Gomez used to date the kid Bieber,
Justin
right?
Bieber.
That's what I
of
know
course.
about it.
We do know.
Yeah, so I guess
they're
they were
Disney kids,
yeah,
right?
and then apparently all their like fan base is rooting for them, and now he done married the other girl, and they're all involved. And then what people I think don't understand too is like you're following a bunch of narratives because you got all these blogs that just want sensationalized shit to clickbait on, and then you're not realizing that like these people probably don't care. Like that girl probably does not want that boy. He has moved on. He is happy with his girl. His girl's probably cool with Selena because they're all in some capacity public figures. Maybe not like besties or hanging out together, but I'm
Selena
sure there's no like
come
active
out
beef.
in the recent days and said, back off. This is all ridiculous. We have no
you guys
beef.
are bugging.
Yeah,
And-
it's like people just make up stuff because they just want any narrative to run with,
Literally.
girl, and we'll run with it until someone says
Yep.
something.
The girls are beefing.
Has anyone come out and said anything, Hailey or Selena?
Selena came out and said it's all kind of overblown. Leave everyone alone. I only want to spread a message of love. I'm not about negativity and hate and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, and people are crazy, yo. That's the other thing you got to really think about is the fact that like, while this is, fame or, people are in the spotlight, you have actual people who are sitting at home, not involved in the 1-2, that are just following it along on the TMZs and the entertainment outlets constantly blowing it up. And then that's where you have these crazy, individuals that will come and find the person and then try to like, I don't know, think like they're holding it down for Selena or something. Like, bro, if you...
People are crazy. Did you guys watch, that reminds me, did you guys watch Swarm? Have you
No,
heard of
I have
Swarm?
not.
No. What is it?
Swarm is that new, it's like, have y'all heard? Okay. Swarm, Donald Glover made Swarm. If you've seen Donald Glover's stuff before, it's kind of on the weirder perspective side. And this one is, they're not saying it's about Beyonce and her fan base, but it's literally like verbatim.
Beehive Swarm. It's kind of you
The
can
Swarm,
read the
yeah.
subtext.
Yes,
Yeah,
and it's
right.
about really the storyline is about one girl who is just like ridiculously like super fan, like stan,
Yep,
and
yep,
will
yep.
like kill people who are
Yep,
not
yep.
fans of her.
Well,
this girl Nyjah is the name, but it's literally Beyonce's entire. You guys have to go watch it. I can't believe that this
I'm
would have
gonna
been
watch
a
it. I'm
great
I'm
topic.
going in.
We're gonna have to do another
Yep, done,
episode
done.
because you gotta watch this.
I'm so in.
It's crazy.
Well, it's interesting too because there's
Why do you think people get so attached to
As-
these celebrities? What do you think
because
it
you're
is?
because you're
And
feeding
feel
off
the
of
need
them.
to like defend them when they don't even have nothing to do.
But it kind of
with-
goes beyond like these parasocial relationships, these people that people have on social media. You don't really know this person. They're not really your friend, but you identify so strongly with them. They become this sort of
You're
religious
idolizing.
figure, right? And as soon as they
Yeah.
commit a sin, an unforgivable sin, right? They have an opinion you don't like. They say something, outright offensive or kind of offensive. All of a sudden, this person, it's a fallen angel. You don't love this person anymore. Why do you think people have this sort of attachment to celebrity like this?
I think it's because you're finiting these little tiny moments of them. Like Michael Jackson's always a point of conversation for me. I think the reason it was so iconic is because you didn't see none of that. So when you saw, he gave you one music video and it was like 4.5 or 8.5 minutes. It was a movie, whatever. That's all you had. So you watched that a million billion times. When you have fandemonium, these people will take a moment of just a moment and a glimpse, and it's the people around you. You're seeing them 24/7. So they're not these replayed moments for you that you hold on to. So now it's not even a person. It almost becomes like a thing. And now the more you watch it, the more you're obsessed. It creates an obsession. And I think that's the point. The point of the machine is to obsessively get your attention. So now it's like, all right, who do you blame here? Do you blame the machine or do you blame the person who's basically doing what the machine asked it to do, which is go hard for your person? But none of that leads to like hurting someone on behalf of someone. Like even, I'm sure we've all dealt with whatever or have seen it, like you don't want no negativity to come your way. So it's a
Right.
beautiful thing when like there's no swarms coming after you, but imagine all like, okay, like
Yeah, I mean,
Hailey Bieber
fan
coulda just
bases
literally,
can be
like,
bullies,
bro, she could have literally been like, bro, I don't even look at that girl's IG.
Yeah,
I dead ass just got my eyebrows done and it's just a coincidence. Like y'all are dragging it. Like you're
Yeah.
dragging it. I have nothing to do with that. Like
They're
I don't care.
always-
Me and my boo are like doing our thing. And isn't he like trying to recover from some sort of like sickness he's dealing with? God bless the kid, whatever.
Yeah,
I hope
I
everything
think he
works
did
out. Like
cancel part of
y'all,
his
yeah,
tour.
y'all are bugging. You're dragging it.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, now what? So now she's the bully. Now it's the mean girls. Now you want to come after the girls and all this.
yeah, and then the fan bases just get these reps of being like crazy or bullies or
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
The
wild.
obsession, though, is interesting because I think, once again, it's because you're like microscopically watching someone over and over and over again. And this little
Yeah,
clip
and they
runs in
feel
your
some
mind.
type of attachment to
Yeah.
them, like that celebrity like saved them
Yep.
in some way, or they
Yep.
can just relate to them somehow
Literally.
because they feel seen
Yes,
for the first time
yes.
ever, and
They're talking to me when they sing.
and it just feels like fans feel like they know them
Yep.
so well, and like the celebrity knows them because they wrote the song for them or it was about them. They feel so connected deeply
Yeah.
that it gets like they will do anything for
Yeah.
that person, and they don't even physically
Literally.
know the person. It's wild.
Well,
Like,
and
it's
then that's an
wild.
ode to the genius of, let's say, those artists that then do capture society's thoughts and the people's thoughts so well over and over and over again that then a person at home can be like, every time I'm going through something, so-and-so drops a new album and they're talking to me.
But what do you
Girl,
think that-
you gotta go. You have to watch Swarm. You have to, because
No, but, okay, we-
It touches on that. Exactly. Right.
All of us love and respect Beyonce. I mean, you worked for her,
Yes.
so obviously the idea of exalting someone in society is not new. We love people. People who are really talented, we hold them in a high regard, right? What is that? Where do you think that line gets crossed where people go, I love this person, I respect this person, to I'm in love with this person. This person is like that obsessive.
I think it's because you don't idolize the people in your own life enough.
Yeah, and I think they don't look at them as an equal and like a human being. They look at them as some sort of godly higher up. And this person pees, has diarrhea,
Literally.
gets sick,
Gets
like
sad, reads
gets
comments
sad,
and feels
cries,
away, has down
gets
days.
angry,
Yep.
is not nice sometimes. You know, like they're
Yep.
human beings.
Has to fight themselves to get out of bed, has to fight themselves to put on a smile, has to fight themselves to, you know, of course. Like that whole like at the top it's lonely shit, that is not a joke.
Yeah.
Like, most people I know that are in the limelight in some capacity or are like wealthy and or just successful in whatever field that they're in. It might not even be wealthy or fame. It could just be comfort, or it could just be like family. It's like you feel so protective of that space, and then you're also aware that like most people don't come in with good intentions. And they do just want to be close to.
And there's a lot more people who want to follow than lead. You know?
So there's so few leaders. That's why it's easy to become obsessed with them, because there's so few people that are like, no, whatever you're talking about, I don't care about none of that. I'm about to do this, and I'm about to go so hard that people are going to look at me and recognize it and go, this is undeniable greatness. So then when there's undeniable greatness, everybody else goes, I wish I was great. So now every single day that you're not showing up for your greatness, you become more obsessed with that person that is showing up for their greatness. But you're not even recognizing your own parents for showing up every day for their greatness.
Yeah, I think that's a really powerful point that you said. I think the people who get obsessed, who cross that line, my theory is that they don't have enough in their own life to sort of attach to. If you have strong role models, mentors, people who you really look up to.
Obsess over your teacher.
You obsess over them. If you don't have that in your life, you find a celebrity, you fill that void. Because I think all of us have had people, you know, parents, friends. Like, I mean,
mentors.
You as my older sibling, you're someone I really looked up to. I mean, I don't know if I would say like I was obsessed with you, but like you were a role model for me in a lot of ways for me growing up. But it allowed you to not become weirdly
obsessed with a bunch of random people you don't know, because you have people in your own life showing up for that greatness.
That are idols.
Exactly. Yes. Because I think human instinct is
thank you very
we
much
need
for
someone
that,
to
too.
look
I
up
love
to.
you
know,
we
need someone to look up to. We all
need
do.
We all need someone to learn from, to follow behind, to look up to.
Heroic characters for kids: Batman, Spider-Man, Superman. It's like why
your
are
dad,
they so
your
idle?
mom,
exactly.
grandma.
Disney movies or fucking Pixar movies. They're all about like, oh, listen to this mentor who's gonna, like, the wise old owl, or the wise old whatever. Rafiki
you've
or
been dancing since you were a kid. You said Michael Jackson. You know who you said you were since you were 2. We talked about this last time. You've been dancing since you were 2. Who was your role model there when it came to dancing? Like who did you look up to?
You know, it's funny. I actually had this conversation recently, and I said, in fewer words that I'm going to say now, but in a nutshell, I was like, I inspired my damn self.
That's right. That part.
Because I started so young that, like, it's not like I said, Mom, I want to go do ballet because I love the way Misty Copeland does it or something. I literally my mom said, I'm going to put her in dance because I danced when I was younger. Let's see if she likes it. And I loved it. I just was one of those little girls who was super focused and, like, came in every day and was, like, paying attention, wanted to do it, wanted to get better. And so as time went on and I could appreciate all
performers,
of the performers and just
different
forms of dance and stuff, then I could be like, wow, she's amazing, and I want to be like that, or I want to be in that company, or I aspire to be like them, but I really inspired my damn self.
That's a valid point.
That's awesome.
Well, because you've been dancing since you were 2, so I think some of that also is your mother being so involved in your life. I know she's such a supporter for you. She has been since day one. Your mom and dad.
Everett,
I know you.
Shout out to Christy Everett. She be on Instagram all over.
Miss Christy, we love you so much. Your daughter is phenomenal, and it's due to you paying attention.
Yeah,
it's due to your mom and dad being invested, seeing you, and then looking at you and saying, she has such a good physique. She knows how to do these things. She's naturally already got rhythm. She's already knows how to get attention and hold it.
They knew I needed to move
Period.
outside of my hometown and go to New York in a bigger studio and
also
more
keep you out of trouble, keep you out of bullshit, right?
I was at dance more than I was at school, and if I wasn't there, I was at school, and then I was in bed, like
busy doing stuff versus like you just
getting into things.
All this free time to do stuff, because kids is able to
that's
get
what's
into
missing
shit.
with kids now. The pandemic really messed kids up because they felt like they didn't need to go to school anymore. But I just feel like the new generation now, like, kids don't want to do anything, and it's because they're not involved in things.
Also, everything is flopped on them.
Oh yeah.
Like if you're a kid right now who in high school experienced the pandemic, like what happened for you that you saw through. Like, the whole shit's a sham.
Could you imagine? I could not imagine being in high school and going through a pandemic like we went through. Like,
No,
I would have
crazy.
probably
Well,
loved it because I didn't have to go to school. But
That part.
Well,
But it would have been crazy.
Well, I
But
always think about the
crazy.
skills we've lost over time, right? Like if you were a taxi driver in Los Angeles in the 90s, you were an amazing driver. You knew all the roads.
Oh
You
my
didn't
gosh.
have GPS to get you around. If you were a kid, you remember when we were kids, we had to call our we had to call our friends' parents to talk to them.
yeah.
Now, you think that's just an
House
annoying
phone.
extra
Yep.
step. What does that teach you? It teaches
Sorry.
you how to talk
Respect.
to people who
Yep.
are elder than
Period.
you. It teaches you phone etiquette.
Yep.
It teaches you get over yourself and just get on the
Cold
phone.
calling. Yeah,
Cold
not being
calling.
nervous. Yep.
Those are life skills.
Life
you don't
skills,
think
for
that those are
sure.
life skills, but when we make everything so digital
Yep.
and we
Oh
lose
my
all of
gosh.
these actual things that we've done, this interaction that we have, what do you get when you're a 12-year-old kid talking to another 12-year-old kid? The same level of discourse. What
Yep.
happens when you talk to an adult? You grow.
Yes.
You mature. You have
Period.
to talk to
You
someone
have to.
else.
Oh
you
my
know?
God, I used to take him with me. He was like 12. I'm 18. Like, I'm 6 years older than him. 5 years older than him. Bro, since he was a kid, I have him around all the adults. So he's like 15, hanging with like grown ass people, having to now. All right, well, you better say something real. You better not sound goofy. You can't say no dumb shit. Like, don't be disrespectful. You better know how to hold it down.
Yeah.
Learn those skills, and we're just kind of throw you into these situations, like the same way for you, how you're saying, like your mom had you involved in you're going to dance class, bro. Like,
I'm
all
in
right, so I'm gonna drop
things.
you off, and you better be polite because this lady's your teacher. Where like now it's like also I think the systems have once again like I think the systems have been identified now, so people are like, yeah, this sounds like some bullshit. I'm out. And I think once people realize how disposable they are, or how replaceable they are, or how insignificant they really are to this entire thing where you're building someone else's situation, because they're not the same level of situations, right? Where like we help situations, both of us in some capacity, right? But we help good
for
situations.
sure.
We help situations that make sense. There's a lot of situations where like, all right, I'm just another employee. So if I don't work here anymore, you're gonna move on and get another employee. And so what am I to the system? I think it's telling of the amount of love and like gratitude people have for their people right now, which is why these kids are like, fuck you, bro, I'm out. Like, we're not paying the teachers. Like, we pay everybody else. We don't pay the teachers. The teachers are underpaid.
Teachers are on strike right now.
Bro, as they should be. Not, I mean,
Yeah.
no, teach the kids. But, like, I get it. That's
It's
disgusting,
crazy.
bro.
I live right
Well,
by
they're
a high
asking
school, and
so
I'm like,
little.
They're
They
not
They're,
really
even-
are.
they're asking so little. And they are going to be the difference between your kid being, like, whack in life or your kid being great in life.
You know, we talked about this last episode
Literally.
with the dancers, and I think teachers and I think pilots kind of fall under the same thing. They love their job so much, they take nothing for it.
Yeah.
And
Pilots
it kind of
too? I don't
yeah,
know why I
pilots
thought
get paid
pilots-
nothing. Yeah, pilots get paid nothing. Like if you work for a major airline, you get basically minimum wage.
What?
You fly this big
They're
plane.
flying-
You have
they're
this
responsible for
massive.
all these
You have
bodies.
massive amounts of responsibility and you get paid nothing.
I call
And
for a pay
teachers, you
cut
get
for
the-
all the NFL, NBA, NHLs, and we give that bread. Or matter of fact, let's get all these people together and have them boycott the system a little bit too and be like, all right, if y'all could pay me this bread to come see us, we should have like a teacher's bowl. How they have the puppy bowl, we should have a teacher's bowl. We should do these things. All right, pay these people.
You're always trying to throw an event.
Yeah, like a Bill Nye the Science Guy. Let's get all the dope scientists together. Let's get the Neil Tyson DeGrasse's. Let's get all
I think
these
we
guys
should bring
together.
back Celebrity Deathmatch, and I don't mean the clay animation. So I mean like
Actually, stop.
next level type stuff.
What the
Hey, I'm just saying, you want ratings.
No, I meant
Yeah.
let's hype up the teachers. What? No. Let's get, my point is,
We could raise money for the
if the
teachers.
teachers had more money, the teachers would take care of the kids. If the kids now feel like they didn't learn
Yeah, if
something.
everyone was paid their worth, people would
Well,
happily do their jobs.
What do all the politicians say when they're pandering to us? Kids are our most natural resource.
Right.
They're our best resource. Well, how about you actually treat them like our best
Right,
resource
right.
and look, if
part.
teachers got paid a lot of money, you know how many people I know who are brilliant who told me, hey, I would love to be a teacher. They don't
Oh
pay
my
me
gosh,
anything.
so many people
you know,
would
you
aspire
know
to
so
be a
many,
teacher,
You know so
Dan.
many people like that too,
yeah.
who are
Yeah.
brilliant people, but they're
Yes.
like, I don't want to be a teacher. I don't want to live. I don't want to toil in misery
And
my
then
entire life.
But they don't want us to be great. It's the same
No.
reason why they
Exactly.
want us our kids to stay on TikTok and nobody else's kids are
Hey,
supposed to
yo,
be on
I'm
TikTok like
telling
we
you,
talked
it's
about last
telling of the
episode too.
system. Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
they
just
don't
want
want
you
us to be
smart
great,
enough. They
y'all.
want you smart enough to know how to use the machines. They don't want you smart enough to figure out how the machines work.
Well, and then you're only popping in the middle of your life here. Like when you're a kid, it's like fuck you, kid, and then when you're a
Mid-adult.
senior citizen, they're like fuck you.
Oh
too.
yeah, and then
You know what I mean?
middle.
Like this, like capitalism
okay.
is really only popping for like a certain age bracket, like
Barely.
18 to like, you know what I'm saying, a certain age. 58, 68, and then they're like, all right, either you did it, you didn't, and then
You're expired.
other cultures care about
Well,
their
we're too
elderly.
old. We're not young enough to. We're too young to old to own property. We're too old to be on TikTok. We're just old enough to remember AIM. Like that's really kind of the age bracket we've landed into.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Crazy.
interesting. It's really interesting. 'Cause-
Okay, so this is something we did last time, and it
Okay.
was a huge hit.
Come on.
Am I the
Ooh.
asshole?
Oh.
Oh,
this was
yeah,
fun.
Y'all started telling me about this. I'm excited.
Come on.
So, for those unfamiliar with the whole idea, it's a
Those.
thread on Reddit, and basically people pose their life situations and they ask the question, "Who's in the wrong here? Am I the asshole in this situation?"
Oh my
And
gosh.
I've got a couple,
Reddit
and I've got a
is-
couple really good ones. And we were just talking about kids, and I think this is a really funny one, and I'd
Okay.
love to hear
Come
your
on.
reaction.
Keep the conversation going.
Okay,
Come on.
so my husband and I have a 7-year-old daughter, Layla. A few months ago, Layla got a quote-unquote boyfriend, Lucas. They are both.
7?
They're 7. They are both 7. So it's obviously not a real relationship. They just hold hands sometimes. They enjoy each other's hearts for Valentine's Day. This week, Layla was apparently holding hands with another boy who also sent Layla a Valentine's Day love letter, and Lucas took offense to it. We found out because Lucas' parents called us to tell us Lucas won't be coming over this Saturday like it was originally planned because he is mad at Layla. My husband wants to punish Layla and wants me to have a talk with her about faithfulness.
Bruh.
At first, I thought he was joking.
Faithfulness.
For
wow.
a child. You guys are sexualizing
At first, I thought he was
kids.
joking,
That's so weird.
but no, he was serious. He says that Layla cheated on Lucas, and
Bruh.
The husband said that? He's triggered.
And I, as her mother, should do something about it. You are raising a cheater.
And you, as her mother, he has mama issues.
Oh
he
my
got mommy.
God. He has mommy issues, wifey
He got mommy
issues.
issues.
He has
He
personal
has
issues.
women
He
issues.
has women issues.
What?
And then here, okay, first and foremost,
and then he has a daughter, and he's saying,
why when a 7-year-old when a 7-year-old has like a best friend in school, they draw each other hearts, they're close to each other, why are we sexualizing that? Neither one of these kids has hit puberty in any capacity. This is not a sexual situation. This is my bestie. Girls will give
Truly.
each other hearts when they're 7 years old.
Well, it's like
Girls
a
will give-
property
Absolutely.
thing,
yeah.
right? Like,
No. But my point, it's not a.
No.
like
I
she's
don't
saying
think
like
it is.
she
It's
belongs
like-
to him. Like, what is
No,
that all
I don't
about?
think. I think
That's
that's,
what the
then
dad
you need
is
to
making
that's what
it
the dad
feel
said.
like.
Yeah,
but the parents, the initial conversation should be, you guys are just all friends, and everyone should be friends with each other. I don't know the kid's name, Lucas and Zach, whatever the fuck. If you like Lucas, awesome. You like Zach, awesome. Let's be friends with everybody. Zach is allowed to then go like Sarah and Yasmin, and she's also allowed to go like Khadijah and any of the girls that he wants to go hold hands with. And you don't know nobody. On top of that, y'all 7. Fuck is you talking about? What heart is broken? What heart? What heart are we talking
Raising
about?
a cheater if he accused the mother
You
of.
probably want the crust cut off your sandwiches, child. You don't get to have a
not
boyfriend.
raising a cheater.
Like what? Oh, and then what type of thought is that to give a 7-year-old girl? You're not a cheater. You are allowed to be friends with everyone.
You
On
can
top
be
of
friends
that,
with whoever you
that
want to
wasn't
be.
your
She held
boyfriend.
but she was going out with Lucas.
No,
What
y'all are
happened?
gassing it, dragging it, and all of that. No, get the fuck
That's
out of
because
here.
the
I'm not
mom is
going.
asking because they were probably at home like, you have a boyfriend
Oh
now.
my, I hate that so much. Oh my God.
Ooh, make sure you treat him right.
Bro,
like, who knows?
I hate
'Cause
when I hold somebody's kid and they be like, "Oh, he like you." No, I'm just a big ass baby, and I get along with babies. Your 2-year-old baby doesn't have some sort of weird crush on me. Like, you're weird. Like, I just get along with babies. Like, there's also people that look exactly like me that have a stank attitude, and babies don't like them.
Yeah,
like-
it's weird how like when parents
I'm a
act
big-
perverted, they get away with it because they have kids. Like
Yeah.
it's like why are
No,
you
bro,
sexualizing
you're-
situations that are not?
That's
sexual?
not supposed to be like that.
It's
That's
just,
weird.
It's very unusual.
It's so
weird.
gross. I hate it. I also hate when they do that whole like, oh, did you pick a boyfriend at school? Did he propose to you? Like, yo, your
Maybe
kid is
it's,
6.
is it because
Stop
we
it.
don't have kids? Are we like biased?
No, I was a kid. My parents didn't fucking
No, but we
sexualize
don't
me at
have
all.
any. You know, like because parents
Nah,
do
I'm-
weird things
No,
when
but
they
I'm
I
shutting
think-
that
listen,
shit down. I'm raising my kids like how my parents raised
Listen,
mine.
I have a
You're
lot
not
of
doing
friends
none
who
of
are
that weird
parents. They
shit.
don't
No.
all do that though.
That's
a-
facts.
There's a
yes.
certain type of parents that's like, he's a lady killer. The kid's 4 months
No,
old. Like,
I remember being a
calm down.
teenager and my dad would not let me on the phone with boys. My whole teenage life. So you never, if you was a boy, you never was on the phone with me unless we like snuck 3-way through somebody for like 2 seconds and then we hung up. Because these people were picking up the phone every 5 seconds.
It was KGB
I was
style.
not
They were
allowed
just
to be on the phone with boys.
yeah.
In hindsight, like as a teenager, I had moments where I was like, yo, it's whack. I don't get to go to none of these parties where the boys be at. I don't get to talk to the boy. Like, but in hindsight, like it just held down my anti-birdness further. Like it just solidified my gangsta. Like, no, I'm not. You never was on the phone with me. I was never sitting there letting some boys talk my head off or no. Like that's how you gotta hold that shit down. Because literally, not for nothing, the boys ain't talking about nothing good. The girls ain't talking about nothing good. Like everybody, leave each other alone. Y'all 7 years old. Focus on school. Focus on doing something lit. Focus on those talents. Go to dance class.
Yeah, there you go.
Go to dance
Get into
class.
an activity.
Get
How
into
about
an
that?
activity. You're wildin',
Yes, your
bro.
child. Here's my answer. Your child is torn between two boys. Get them in extracurricular activities
that
okay?
are not boyfriends.
Next.
Yeah, next. Yeah, literally. Are you the asshole? Yes, asshole. You're an asshole. Yes, you are an asshole.
They need to be doing more than worrying about boys.
And dad needs therapy to deal with his woman
Yes,
issues.
he does.
I think it's kind of deep seated, right? Like
For sure, you're bugging, bro. You just called your 7-year-old daughter a cheater. First and foremost, if anyone's like, let's say you, okay. First of all,
Well,
you
he's
should
removing the agency of his daughter, right? She can't decide to be with Lucas or Zach or whatever.
We
Right?
need to talk about
why he's an
loyalty.
asshole, why he's a bitch and an asshole is at the end of the day. Let's say you was even going to subscribe to this bullshit of your 7-year-old daughter having a boyfriend and then cheating. You should come in and defend your daughter and be like, fuck you, Lucas.
Yeah.
She chose that.
Yeah,
You just didn't
truly.
get chose.
Where-
My daughter's
where's her-
choosy.
where's her dad?
My
How
daughter's
dad's bad?
choosy.
Dad's not dadding right.
Dad's not dadding right. Like that
Oh,
should.
Lucas at age 7 has got your daughter forever now?
Yeah, bro. What did Lucas do to even win her
And
heart?
daughter is wrong?
Daughter's-
Like, come on.
Nah, you're a dickhead.
For instantly yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no,
I
you're,
agree.
yeah, no,
He's an asshole.
Get out of here. Up yours.
All right, I have another one, and this one is extraordinary.
Uh-oh.
Am I the asshole for expecting my partner to pay half of the hospital bill? Okay. Obviously, let me just read this. This is coming at a last resort because this could be the end of my marriage. 35, 24, or 35 male, 32 female. Welcome to our first baby. We've been married 7 years now. Time to have a baby. We split everything 50-50. Throughout the duration of the pregnancy, I planned for an unmedicated natural birth with as little intervention as possible. Until the 24-hour mark of labor, I caved and got the epidural. My husband had no problem with it, even encouraged it. When the bill came around, he brought it for me to pay all $8,000 after the insurance
I'm dead.
for my personal savings. And he asked why. He said, "You're the one that couldn't hold out for a few more hours and jacked up the bill with all your meds and an extra night stay.
He's going to hell.
If I...
And
If
she had to
you
even
wanted
bring
lux-
this to the internet.
Hey, shorty, you don't got no brothers, but you could borrow mine for this one. I promise you. I'll send my brother over for this one. Because what the fuck? Are you serious?
If you wanted luxury, you should pay for it.
Okay.
Luxury
So
for an
let's-
epidural?
Oh, my God. Okay, so... No, first of all, sir, you would not survive pregnancy. Second of all,
First of all, you don't even deserve.
yeah, like, okay, hypothetically, because here's the thing. I'm a total big supporter of, like, whoever's got bread, that's fine. So, like, if the wife is popping and got the bread and the husband doesn't
Yeah,
and it
right.
works out for them, that's fine.
Yeah.
Vice versa. If the wife is just chilling and the husband's got the bread, cool. I'm cool with that. So, if it's a situation where you don't got no bread, but you a supportive husband and you hand your paid ass wife the bill, fine. But that's not what happened, sir. First of all, you act like you know what's going on around here. You have no idea. Second of all, home births
You
are
have
all
no
fine
idea.
and dandy until they're not fine and dandy. So I know people that have gone for it and have successfully done it. I know people that on their own, out of their own discretion or out of the discretion of the doula or whoever the midwife was, to go ahead and go to the hospital because there is complications. Those things happen when there's complications. We live in a world where you do have access to a hospital, so you don't got to deal with that. You know how many women lose their life during childbirth?
Absolutely.
Bro,
Especially
Yeah.
women of
Yeah.
Needs
color.
a whooping. Oh, you need a whooping. You're a piece of shit, bro. You're not just an asshole. You're a dickhead.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
You're a nutsack.
Like, there is no
You're the whole
other answer.
You're the whole
That's
groin
just
area.
I'm sorry that you even had to bring that to Reddit, sis.
Oh my god.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's really troubling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's troubling for like 10 different reasons. Like, you're not supportive. You suck. You're sexist. You're rude. You're a pig. you're a bum. You don't
And
even got no
absolutely,
bread.
she wants and deserves luxury, if that is even considered
Hold
luxury.
on. Honestly, is it luxury?
Absolutely
ask
not.
for-
She's
To
giving
have a
birth.
safe birth?
She didn't
Yeah,
ask for
yeah.
cashmere pillows.
No,
she
and
asked
if
for
she
an
did,
epidural while she's in a
she
ridiculous amount of
deserves
pain.
it.
Like,
If he should pop off on anyone, it's the awful medical system we have here that charges you an arm and a leg
That part.
for giving birth.
That
Like, I
part.
just birthed you another person that's going to make this nation great. If anything, I should be able to
And
do
a
this
legacy
for
you.
free.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
What?
Like,
Yeah.
fuss at them if you're mad about a bill.
Ugh,
Not me.
that's gross.
Yeah, horrible.
Ew, not you could have held out a few hours.
You're the one who couldn't hold out.
She should kick him in his dick.
I hate it.
Sorry. Cut that out. Bleep that out.
no, it's fine. Kick him in the dick. I agree. I support this. As a man, I support this.
No
Sorry-
more babies.
Sorry,
No,
Miss
no, no,
Christie
you don't
and Miss
deserve
Fairy
babies.
for us being so vulgar.
No,
on
no,
the
that
show,
baby
but
should
he
like.
should get kicked in the
No, that
dick for
baby
sure.
should go to like a father lottery, like
Foddery.
foddery.
A foddery.
With the mom still. They have to
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
co-parent.
yeah, just like a new
God.
dad. Yeah,
New dad.
No, that's just awful. I'm sorry, Miss
chemical
Ma'am.
castration.
Miss Ma'am, you deserve a hug and a
Yeah.
brother.
And she wrote that after giving birth, and it's like her hormones
think
are
she
all
was-
over the place,
Bro,
probably.
Yeah. You think? I hope she's not with him no more.
Well, it's just the cruelty of the luxury part.
Yeah.
If it's a financial thing, and maybe people are weird about financial stuff, and it's a relationship, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But like the luxury of an epidural is insane. That's
Is
just
insane.
that's totally insane.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're sick. You shouldn't say that even if you're a woman to a woman, but you definitely should shut the fuck up if you're a man.
And especially if you're the man who got
Like
her
if you're,
pregnant.
oh, what?
What?
Next,
All right, we have one more,
let's go.
and I think you both wear high heels, but not right now. So very funny.
When need be.
Yes.
Am I
we're
the asshole
sitting.
for telling my girlfriend she should not drive in high heels?
Mm.
28, girlfriend's 26. She's self-conscious about her height. It's not really a big deal because she's 5'2" and I'm 5'6". So
He's
whatever.
short. He should be. He has more right to be more self-conscious.
So the issue is, however, when we go out together, she normally drives as it is her car, and she drives in her heels. I repeatedly tell her she should switch to flats and not drive in them, as it is dangerous, but she refuses.
What's his excuse for saying that they're dangerous?
I mean, she's probably an awful driver. Let's just keep it real. If she was a
Yeah.
good driver and she had foot coordination, like she might be the type of girl that can't even walk in heels. How many
so
of those
he's
do we
using
know?
the heels as an excuse to say you're a bad driver.
Or maybe like she just really fumbles in the heels. Like maybe she's a decent.
Maybe he hates her wearing heels. Maybe she can't walk in heels or something. He's
That's
trying
what
to
I'm
get her to
saying,
stop
like-
wearing heels in general.
You think it's like a deeper conversation.
But hold on.
Yeah,
as-
because it's like, is she driving? Is she like about to hit cars every time she wears heels?
But do you? If I'm wearing like regular heels, I'm a rock them while I drive. But if I'm wearing like dumb high heels, it's kind of weird because the whole action of pushing the pedal, like your heel is on the ground and then you're using your toes to go forward.
Yeah.
So if my heel is this high up, I can still do this. But with a stiletto, sometimes if I got my family in the car, I'm not risking the biscuit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
And sometimes
I'ma
you got a
take my shoes off.
platform and you can't
So
even
she
feel
could-
how hard you're pushing on the
Exactly.
gas.
You're not
know?
even really aware.
You're
'cause
like, whoa.
Exactly. Like even with
can't
some
feel
like
it.
that could even apply to some super chunky shoes.
Yeah, like
it
when
could
it's
be those
too
creepers.
thick, you just can't
Period,
feel.
bruh. Like
you can't feel
sometimes
the
you should
bottom.
just. She needs to chill a little bit. Now he might,
She's probably driving crazy, and that's
Hell
probably why
yeah.
he's like, you should not be wearing these.
but he could just be an asshole in other aspects of their relationship. Like he could, when they're in public together and she's wearing high heels, he could also look at her in those moments and be like, "Could you not be taller than me all
Yeah.
the time?"
Yeah, or she's like walking down the road, and he's like, "Are
Could
you good
not
in those?"
wear heels that like he could be that guy, and then now it's all treading over to the thing where she's like, bruh, first of all, you don't run my life. I'm gonna wear heels when I in the
Wanna
shower.
wear
I'm gonna wear
heels.
heels in the pool. Don't play with me. Matter
Period.
of fact, I'm gonna never take these heels off. Which is then it's whack because now you got like just toxicity. Like you're wildin'. Like you should listen. Sometimes too, when people give you advice when you're driving, you should take it. Because people's lives are on the line and you need to realize you're not the only person. So don't do that bullshit, shorty. Take them fucking shoes off. You don't even know how to walk in them. Now you trying to drive in them?
Yeah, but he needs to be more
You're
clear
not
on
Ashley,
that because
okay?
it's
You don't know
like,
how to perform in stilettos.
I can do anything in a heel pretty much, but he should just be a little bit more clear. Is she just a bad driver, or is she just driving terribly? You know,
Yeah.
or
I
does he
think you're
just
right.
hate her wearing heels?
What do you think as a man?
I think. Okay, honestly, there's a lot of things women do we just don't understand. We don't understand makeup. We don't understand heels. We don't understand bras. Look, listen, we lie to y'all and we tell you, sure, we get these things.
Like,
we don't
yeah,
understand it
looks
all.
great. Sure.
They're complete mysteries to us. And we're like, how can you drive in those? How can you walk in those?
Right.
We're stupid. We don't actually understand how these things work.
Sure.
So to us, if you're a bad driver with the heels, then we're like, oh, it's probably the heels' fault. If you're a good driver with the heels, we probably wouldn't think about it. I think you have a point there. So I think
she's probably just a bad driver
She's
all
probably
around.
just an all bad driver all around.
Because
And
the
then she's
heels
probably worse
don't
in the
really
heels.
make a huge difference.
No, unless they're ridiculously high heels, like I
Yes.
said. Like I have some stilettos that are like
well, you
so
got to
high,
think
I'm
if she's
basically, like,
5'2" and he's
tiptoeing.
5'6", she's probably not wearing like giant heels, right? She's
Nah,
not trying
she
to.
could. Nah, she could be the type who's just sunning him constantly. Like what you said.
But
to me?
on a regular,
Huh?
like 5'2" to 5'7".
What you said?
Like,
Hold on, say it to my face.
You think she's walking around in 5-inch platforms every day?
Oh yeah,
But
she's
she's
sunning
still
him for sure.
She wouldn't be doing all that.
He sounds battered.
Battered?
He sounds like he should be driving.
He
Does he have a
sounds
license?
like he needs to get a car. Hold on. Let's go.
That's also true.
The root
That's-
of the
Like, he
problem is,
sounds
sir,
like,
you don't
why
got
is she
a whip.
driving anyway?
The problem is you don't got a car, sir.
Why is she
So how about you
driving?
shut up when you're a passenger? Also, take advice from your passengers.
Yeah, I don't know why
so
we
don't
didn't
kill
think
them.
about that earlier. Why do you have anything to say when you're riding?
Yeah.
You just made a point of why you should say something in your writing. So you tell her why you should say something, and she'll tell you why you shouldn't.
Well, no, I think it all makes sense. I think all, listen, if someone is, no, hold on. Let me clarify. We just did all this and then we can move on to the next topic. I think if you're a good driver and you are following all of the rules of driving and being safe and not doing no wild shit where your passengers are constantly freaking out, everyone should shut up because you're doing the damn thing. It's your car. You got this. If you're like risking people's lives and everyone's like, hey, yo, can you not? Then you should listen to your passengers. But ultimately, sir, you need to get a car.
That's really it. Don't say nothing to her unless you offer to
Or
drive.
Uber. Tell her you'll meet her there. Hey, boo, I got this. I'll meet you there. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll Uber us there. You don't even got to get a car.
Or buy her some sneakers that are cute
Hey,
that she wants to
yo,
wear.
there you go. That's the real solution. Just buy her some fucking sneakers.
There's always a solution.
Yes.
Never a problem.
Never.
Only a solution.
Only solutions.
Well, I think he did buy her sneakers, and then she got in a little car accident, and he's wondering if he's the asshole. for
What? You
suggesting-
think
Hold
that
on.
was part of the story?
That was part of the story?
You jumped in.
We did jump in a little early.
I'm sorry.
I thought you
So
were like
she got in a
done
car
now.
accident
She
in
got in a
sneakers?
small accident, and he bought her sneakers, and she refuses to wear them. So is he still the asshole in this situation?
No, she's a dickhead.
I think it mitigates it.
She just sucks at driving.
She just sucks
And
at
the
driving.
heels
I think that's
don't
it,
help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she can't own the fact that like she's made a mistake with driving. Like I've been in car accidents and I've learned every time to not be in a car accident again.
I've learned
I've been
something
hit
from every
hella times.
accident
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
done too.
Yep. So if you're not willing to own it, Miss Ma'am, I need you to get it
that's
together.
why I got a Jeep. Girl, I drive better up high.
That part.
when
That
I'm
part.
down low, we getting fender benders.
Wow.
Oops, sorry.
Are Jeeps the high heels of shoes? Or of cars?
Yes. Or like a Timberland, I would say. Like you're not gonna twist your ankle in a Tim.
I got on
You know?
right now. I got on the Dimmies right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And you also are giving off like, commando.
You feel me? Don't play with me. Luxury lazy. Don't play with me. Drip
What's the brand?
head to toe. Luxury lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's the
You feel
brand.
me?
Luxury
Shine
lazy. I
and
need
jam,
that.
Shine and jam in the hair. You feel me? Don't come for the gods.
All right, so we talked
You
about
see
the
this
assholes.
slick? You see this slick right here? That's shine and jam. You know how much hair she managed? Like,
Girl.
I don't think people understand.
We're not
well,
gonna
no,
get
they
into
know.
the bun back here, but
Reza, look at that.
the edges are slick.
It's the flow for me.
I'm shining and then
God,
jamming.
you have the best head of hair.
All right, so we're on the Shine and Jam podcast.
Okay, come on.
And last time we talked about TikTok a little bit. The thing I wanted to ask you, dancer extraordinaire, TikTok, how does it, like, I feel like when I was a kid, there was a new dance move every 6 months?
Yep.
7 months? Twice a year, maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like with TikTok, there's a new dance move every week. Is this a
Yeah.
lot to keep up with?
It's so much to keep up with. I mean, it's a totally different, like, honestly, it's a different, like, category than, like, mainstream dance.
Dancing.
Does that
Dancing.
sound shady?
No, it's not. I think TikTok, I agree with you. I think TikTok dancing is its whole own thing.
It's its own thing, yeah. So it's like,
Okay, explain it to me because I like dancing. I think I appreciate dancing, but I'm not really a dancer per se, so I don't really get the difference. What's the difference?
well, I mean, gosh. I'm gonna let you get away with that. No, but I mean, like, I'm a professional dancer, meaning like I have a career in dance. TikTok is a social media platform, so.
Well, I'm not talking about you versus a TikTok dancer. I'm saying between like a mainstream dance and
He's
a
saying
TikTok.
explain, like, what do you mean when
Like
you
how
say,
how is
oh,
that
the
like a
TikTok
different
dancers?
trend? Like
She was
like,
like, hold on, what the hell?
I'm like, well, I do different things.
I don't listen.
dance
Listen, I'm not trying to get
TV.
served like a Mario
Let
here.
me
Okay,
talk
all
about
right.
you.
Listen, I do not need to get served. Okay,
You
all right?
will.
You suckers got served.
Yeah.
Next episode.
No, that part. Dance show coming
So
soon.
I'm saying,
Shine and Jim's
like,
gonna have a
okay, a
dance show.
TikTok dance trend now versus is it just a smaller trend? Like it's not creative
Yeah,
enough?
I mean, they're just like, honestly, I'm not the TikTok master. I really don't know.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep up with the damn
So-
trends too. I think they just are based on like what is popular at the time. Whoever puts something out that goes viral, and it could be like throwbacks of like
Yep.
old stuff that goes
Yep.
viral again. 90s things are
Yep.
going viral again. Current things, they push new artists' songs to like do trends to like make popular again. It's interesting, but it is smart. It is very smart.
I think it sells the music, and I think a lot of the dances are made for the songs that go viral. So then they kind of attach or whatever, or they find a good song that's catchy and they put a dance to it. But I think if I said like you as like an actual dancer, right? When you think about like, obviously you're like, it's like the Michael Phelps of dancing. Okay, so like you're not even a regular mainstream dancer. You are like your creme de la creme elite, right? Mm-hmm. But with any sort of dancing versus TikTok dancing, I think TikTok dancing is very like dance in the square. It's very hand-based. It's all in here. Also, you're learning a very specific choreography to a very specific part of a song.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like
you wait for that part to be like,
certain amount of
I'm a
time.
savage. And then until that part comes on, you just not gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
Where a dancer, the whole time is like, yang da da dang da da bang da da dang.
Yeah,
Like you're gonna
totally. So it's a real thing,
Yeah, like
there's
dancing
a
is full
huge
body.
difference.
Yeah.
And like, can a TikTok star who performs for 1 minute every now and then really
Go
do
on a
like a
global
full
tour?
show
No.
or a tour or like any live anything that would really.
How
I mean,
long-
they can do a live thing.
How
of
long
course,
is your
but
concerts with your like when you go on like a
a
OTR?
Beyonce
Yeah,
concert and
yep.
stuff? In minimum 2 hours.
Yeah, minimum. And
Yeah.
that's you dancing the entire
Basically,
time.
unless she's singing a
full
ballad,
body.
Oh yeah, and then we're always like
But does the
costume
TikTok
changing.
stuff have any influence now?
It does, like every artist now wants to make something trendy that
Yes.
can be can go on TikTok that people will want to do on TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always been a thing in the industry in general is like do things that people want to do.
Yep.
Right,
Even
right.
when we did Single Ladies, like Jay-Z made this up because he could do it, and then we're like, oh, this is so cool. And then we like
Wow.
made it like more dancey with the neck and stuff.
Who
But he was doing
knew?
this, and then we're like, oh, if you like it, then you should put a ring on it, and like so you want things
That's
that
such a good
pedestrian
tidbit.
person can do.
Yes.
And that's like the epitome of TikTok is like
Yep.
pedestrian dancing,
Yep,
essentially.
Yep.
Well, do you think on some level it's like, I don't know, if you listen to a real like Mariah Carey singing like her most skillful song, like you can't really sing along to it. It's too hard. It's kind of the same thing with like dancers on your level. Like you're kind of beyond us.
Yeah,
so when you
for sure.
simplify it, you do something that we can all have some access to. Maybe that's it.
Yeah,
like people
For
can.
sure.
Yes.
It's accessible. I also think even with the TikTok thing, like how you said, is it influential? Those dancers that are respectfully kind of in that space, I don't think that they're making enough of a splash to kind of get somewhere where like you have like Lil Uzi, who like really now has like solidified he solidified like his new little like, he really has actual like dances he's put out there. Like we were talking about like Do the Quan or whatever. Or you have Jigga Man, who knew that came up with that. Like, come on, Jay-Z's
Jigga
got his
Man,
own
the choreographer.
dance. Exactly, right? Or like you got all these people that do their particular dances. I think you almost do then have to be a certain sort of influential person to be able to sneak a dance in there. Now, there's also then dancers who sneak in dances who then also then get signature dances. Like what's the guy's name? DJ 200 who like came up with the hit the folks or whatever. Like there's certain people that have then come up with like certain dances and you're like, okay, that's fine, you got that.
And I feel like a lot of those are like regional though.
Yes,
you
like
know?
walk it out, now walk it out, like DJ Unk or like certain exactly. Like or even the Stanky leg. What group? I don't even know what the name of the other group was, but whatever.
Yeah, it's never West Coast. West Coast never has any dances.
Well, no, I guess the jerk is a West Coast. The sea walking.
Yeah, exactly. That's about it.
We got
What
sea
else?
walking. We got the jerk in the West.
Pop and lock.
Jerk.
Oh, you got like
So
I
funny.
guess you could just do it like a cholo.
Yeah.
I guess if you just a little simple two
we
step.
have very
a few.
simple.
Y'all got a few. Y'all
little
got
chill.
or like getting hyphy.
We
I
get
think we're too.
chill.
I think California's too cold to dance.
No,
We
that's
be
what I'm
high. I think that's what it is.
no.
We
Yeah,
be
too
over
high.
Bro,
here
Too high.
how too high to dance.
like Snoop.
Okay,
You know,
can
it's
we
like
take
a
a
Snoop
moment
city.
for a shot? I'd like to give a big shout out to like the drill movement because I'm so excited that dancing is now back to like being really cardiovascularly good. Like drill dancing is like remember when we were younger, everything was like
the
full
J
body.
setting and stuff, and
Bro,
the,
like how they
the
be going,
majorette
yes, like getting
stuff.
sturdy.
That's the stuff I like
That
doing on
sturdy
TikTok.
shit is real dancing.
Yeah.
I mean, or it's real athleticism as far as like you're dropping down hella. Like it's all leg work. It's all full body work.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
I'm just glad we're beyond the days of like, not that I wasn't fully like ding ding ding, bung bung. I was doing
And
that
Superman.
too. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm just glad we're back to like really high level, energetic dancing in some capacity. Even the West, I think even out here, the music is really getting like turned. I like it. I'm a fan.
Kinda.
What's your favorite?
What?
Like-
Trendy dance right now?
Not trendy dance, but like if,
No, answer that actually. What is your favorite trend to dance right now?
okay.
You know, as much as I like hate the little Uzi Vert song because I'm like, there's literally no lyrics. There's literally that's all he says.
That's it. That's all you need though. That's all you
And
need
then he's
sometimes.
like,
I just want
Yeah, like it's one of those that you
That's
love
all I
hate
need.
because you can't help but do it.
Uh-huh.
So he
I'm
did
here for
something
it.
right.
He got
Give him
he gets
his props.
it. Yeah,
Well, I
he
think
gets
it's,
it.
I think it's what we're talking about.
Yep.
Like a lot of lyrics, maybe people don't understand. Everyone understands that. Like that's
Well,
really
that's
I don't know.
universal sound. Like if you think about like
Anyone.
I don't know, even random old songs that are like famous songs. They don't have. It's not about lyrics a lot. Like I got the power. That's not really like. That's just a good song. It makes you want to dance. Or like I don't know. What's another one? Like bada bing bada boom. That's what
Yeah,
I'm singing in my head.
da-da-ding,
Da-da. Like a lot of these songs are like.
We don't even know the
yeah,
lyrics,
yeah,
clearly.
or exactly. You know.
Is that even a real song?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I believe so.
All right, for copyright reasons, none of this happened.
None of this happened. So no, I think dance songs don't need to be all that. You know, I think there's some like even with the lyrics of, I don't know, like the Billie Jeans or any of these songs, like it's the lyrics are kind of just whatever. It's the way you sing it, and then it's like I think Michael Jackson hit the ad libs.
It's a feeling.
Yeah, it's a feeling.
Like,
Like
gotta make people feel something.
yeah, like the new Beyonce album's got everyone dancing. The Renaissance
Yeah,
joints got the
yeah.
whole world dancing. Why? Because
It feels good.
It feels good. It's just feel good music. A lot of it is just her like just riding the beat, having all
And
this.
honestly, she did a lot of old samples too that
That part.
people like don't
Yes.
realize, of course, because obviously generations come. But like you said before, we were talking about before, everything is inspired by somewhere.
Yes.
you know.
And this is where like respecting your elders and kind of tapping in with your parents
Paying
and your
homage and
mentors and, shit.
stuff.
Hell yeah. They'll put you on to the fire shit you didn't even know about. Like the Jay Dillas, like the producers, the RZAs, the young gurus, any of these people that are like making these, I don't know, the Kanye West, all these people that are saying like, you have to know about those songs. You have to know where to go find them. Like there's some sort of mentor. And that doesn't mean they didn't discover a lot of these samples on their own, but someone got you hip to like how to get that flow going for yourself. Yeah, the elders are so necessary for that shit, the samples. But dancing, yeah, that. Okay, so you like the Uzi hip hip, all right.
I do. But I
What
like,
else do you
hate that I
find
like
yourself
it.
hitting that's like stuck in your head? What other move?
What other moves? I don't know.
I feel like I always get like sturdy, but I've been getting sturdy for a long time. I just watched one of my music videos from like 10 years ago, and like
you were doing it.
I swear to God, I'm just random like my fill in it video. It's on YouTube, whatever. But I'm like literally just at one scene of it. I was like, that's cute. I can't.
I like the little majorette era though. That's what I like to do on
What was the
TikTok.
majorette era?
Just like the J setting, like where one girl starts and then the next girl picks up, and it's
Oh,
like
I love
the
that.
majorette HBCU type.
Got you. you.
dancing.
I got you. I got you.
Which I never was, but I, like to
Got you. I love that.
channel that.
I like the ones where like the one does the one move
Yes.
and then follows up with the second and then the person.
and then everybody behind
Yep.
does it, and
Yep.
we do it together.
That's
Yeah.
fire. I love
I've been doing that with my mentee on TikTok. I'm like,
that's so
this is so crazy.
fire.
I'm like the old, and she's like the new, and it's like, it's
So
wild.
you said mentee. Have you ever had any mentors like in the dance community?
Yeah. I've had some mentors. I haven't had like a mentor like I am mentoring, but I have mentors that I like would go to for advice and
Like,
stuff
how
that.
important is it for you when you see someone like, your mentee right now? Like, how important is it for you to like be a guide for them as they keep going?
I mean, I think it's so important especially for somebody who really wants this like lifestyle in this world and dream, like I just want to share what I've
Yes.
learned
Yes.
because there's not enough people doing that
No.
and keeping it real, and really like giving advice and guidance that is beneficial versus like superficial or
Yep.
surface, or like people teach and stuff like for money and not really teaching
Right,
like
right.
genuinely, so it's like, the people that I mentor, I've seen something in. I'm like, I'm taking you under my wing, and I'm gonna not hide anything from you. I'm gonna show you the transparency. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yes,
You're probably
yes.
not gonna like a lot of
Yes,
it
yep.
because that's the reality
You
of
have
all
to.
of this. Nothing is what
What's
it looks
what's
like.
the age
Yep.
range of the
Yep.
people that you're mentoring?
The like 17,
17,
18, going
18.
into adulthood. 16, 17,
So
18.
formed but not
Sorry about
quite
that.
like experience with the world. They don't know what dangers are out there, what opportunities are out there, that type of thing.
And honestly, I think I like am drawn to that age is because
That's the same age you started.
that's the
Yep.
age I started, and I
Yep.
was so like naive.
Yep.
And they can easily 17 going on 18, you're
What?
turning into an adult.
Bro,
like
especially
they're-
now with the access.
Yes.
Hey, yo,
What?
you have
And
to.
these kids already look grown,
have
more
to.
grown than us.
You have to. Also, it's like a smart man learns from his mistake. A genius learns also from the mistakes of others. Like it is your duty to pass that cheat code shit to the next one.
Truly.
That doesn't mean like you.
What are we doing if we're
you
not?
help somebody like. It's not so much about like an actual cheat code. It's not like a video game where you're like, oh, this is how you. No, it's literally like, hey, you can avoid this much headache and be this much further than we all were at XYZ age if you avoid this and this and this. If you can keep
or
your
if you take these steps and if you
can-
follow this.
Yep, take care of your health first and foremost.
Yes.
Make sure you find that balance. Try to find
Yeah.
that balance earlier if you can. Try to remember like to have really good community time where you're tapping in with your individual community, whether that's your family, your
Yes.
friends, your
What that looks
mentors,
like
your
to you.
mentees. Yeah, like whatever that
Never
looks like
have
to
all
you.
your eggs in one basket.
Absolutely. Oh, that's such a good one.
Never.
Never. Always pick up new skills along the way, even if something is super working for you right now.
Constantly be a sponge.
But do you think when you were 17 or 18, you didn't hear these things or they didn't land? I think that's the difference
They
with
didn't
a
land.
mentor, right? Like like when you actually have someone who can listen. You've heard, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't. You've heard every single little.
Yeah,
right
it all
person
depends
to
on
say
every
who
little story.
it
Hey,
is coming from.
Hey,
it has to
don't
come
judge
from the
a
right
book by
person.
its
Oh, yeah.
cover.
Oh,
We've all heard
Yeah.
these
Yep.
cliches, right?
Absolutely.
But
Yep.
do they actually make
No,
an
it's
impact
gotta
in your life?
hit.
And I think that's where having a mentor really makes a
Yep.
difference,
Yes,
right?
because you idolize, like
Yep.
the beginning of our conversation, you idolize that person. You aspire to do what they're doing, or there's something about them is drawing you to them,
yes, Yes,
So
you're moved by them. You want to see how they get
listen
down.
to what they have
Yep.
to say because you want to do what they're doing.
Yep, you're hanging on to every single word. They are actually lit. So when lit people give you that same advice, like I mentor kids as well. I'm like, I'm not going to tell you nothing different than your family told you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you nothing different
It's just
than
coming
your mom,
from me,
your grandma.
and you
and
respect me differently
and I'ma
in a
just
different
throw-
way.
Yep, I'm going to just throw a couple cuss words in there, and I might be holding a blunt while I tell you, and you're going to be like, oh my God. And I might
That
am I-
just hit different.
Yeah,
It
like,
clicked.
and instead of me being like, yo, go clean up your room, I'm gonna be like, look, being dirty is whack. You want all your shit laid out the right way. You want to be able to know where all your stuff is at when you're gone. It's a good way to keep inventory of all your shit. It's a good way to not have to constantly buy stuff. You buy fly clothes, keep that shit. Like somebody's got to teach you all that. That's why like fathers are important. That's why mothers are important. That's why big brothers are important. That's why little brothers are important. That's why sisters are important. Like you have to have these people tell you like, all right, bruh, put on some deodorant.
Get this together.
Put on some
Yeah.
deodorant. It could be as simple as that. You stink.
Yep.
I love you. I ain't going, you know what I'm saying? Go freshen up a little bit. But come on, you've never.
13-year-old me heard that quite a few times.
Well, because at 13-year-old you, all right, we've been outside all day. You put it on this morning.
I sprayed the entire can of Axe body spray the day before, Rana. It carries over 48-hour protection. 48-hour protection.
Not with a 13-year-old who's just starting to sweat and stuff.
Right, exactly. So now you hip him to all this shit to where now, like I said before, all right, you 14, 15 hanging with grown people. They're not going to look at you side-eye and be like, damn, didn't nobody tell you to get that crust out your eye? Nobody told you to keep your nose clean. Nobody told you to wipe your mouth. Like that whole like cleanliness is godliness thing. That's just player. Like that ain't religious. That's just player. Keep your shit clean. Yeah. You ever drove past the people on Skid Row? They're sweeping in front of their tent, bro. You have no excuse. None. Go sweep your house. You have no get it together.
I'm gonna go get my house together, girl. All right. Feel like you're coming for me.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's comedy.
Am I together?
Well, just to wrap up this whole thing, because I think I think this, what we've been talking about this hour is a lot about what the message is that you give to other people and what the message is that you've received yourself, right? So
come on, sum it up.
So like. As people, you two both have people that look up to you, that you mentor. Do you feel an additional pressure, a certain way that you're supposed to behave because you have people that look up to you?
Yes.
Do you hold yourself to a different standard because of that?
100%.
Yeah. And even peers, do you feel peers looking up to you?
100%.
Me too.
100%.
It's pressure.
Yeah, it's pressure.
It's pressure, but it's good pressure.
Oh, it's
because we're leaders.
Pressure. Yeah, we're leaders.
See, and that goes back to what I was saying earlier. There's not a lot of leaders.
No,
that's why
isn't.
it's lonely at the top.
And literally,
it's easier to be a follower.
Yep. It's so easy. And I think that's really why we hit it off immediately as soon as we became friends, because it was like, oh, I respect you, bro.
In that small percentage of population.
My God. And then as a woman, like, I respect that, like, you're really you be chilling. Like, you are as stunning as you are, but, like, you don't, like, my whole thing, like, call me 100 things before you call me pretty. Give me 100 compliments before it's pretty, or you're beautiful, or you're, no, bro, I'm smart. I'm able to think, no problems, only solutions.
Yes.
We can problem solve. I have dedication. I show up. I'm ambitious. You can call me.
We work hard.
We work hard.
So many things.
So many things.
You don't want to be reduced, right?
Call
you don't
us
want to be
athletic.
Reduced.
Call us tough. Call me strong. Call me all of those things.
Call me a woman. Call me a tomboy.
Period. Call me all those things, and then call me pretty at the end of that. But I think with peers too, and it's none of this is a bad thing. It's not like. You inspire me every day. Every time I'm like, yes, come on. We're like so supportive.
That's what
anything,
we do.
period.
That's what
so
we're supposed to do.
we hold each other up, but none of it is ever like, oh, you're doing this. It's like, my God, yes, let's go.
Like, let's big
what
each
do they
other
say?
up.
That means God's in the neighborhood, right? Like that means God's in the neighborhood, bruv. You winning? I'm about to win next.
Yeah.
You got it? Oh, I'm in, because I'm doing great too.
I support your wins. We want to win together.
I support your wins. Let's go. I have friends of mine right
jealousy.
now that are really, really talented, that are so talented, that have been working so hard trying to push certain things through, and they are kind of hitting these little stupid ass little dead ends where it's like, okay, I pitched this, it didn't go through. I almost had this cooking, it didn't happen. Keep going, keep going. Like we said last time, stay in the roller coaster. Stay on the roller coaster. Keep going. Do not get off. How many days where you've been like, oh, is this it? Like, I'm sure when the pandemic hit, you were like, are we done performing forever?
What is happening? Are we ever going to get on stage again?
We may be done with this hour.
We're good. We're money. We're going to wrap this up. So, ultimately, keep going.
Stay in the race. One foot in front of the other. Never give up. Never. Because you're only giving up on yourself.
Never, ever. Please.
Ashley Everett, thank you so much.
Oh, I love
Renegade, thank you so much.
Love you.
I'm Amirica.
Yes. Thank
Powered
you for tuning
by Shine and Jam, the Renegade Show.
Powered by motherfucking Shine and Jam. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's
Another
one. God did. No,
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I llove you. Thank you so much. You gonna be back. She gonna be back.
Anytime.
She gonna be back.
Got a lot to say.